Welcome aboard. I'm Captain Jake, and we're back with another Tabletop Tuesday. And since I'm kind of rotating the games from, once we complete a game turn, or not a game turn, a game campaign, then we move on to the next one. Last week we had B-17 Queen in the Skies, and we did one mission. That kind of ends that, so that works out pretty well. Here is Vietnam Solitaire Special Edition by White Dog Games. The map is by Ken Weaver and is based on the original by Stephen King. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Game design by David Kershaw. Art design is by Stephen Klein. Developed by Chris Hansen. Cover art by Mike Murphy. And so this is an updated map. We still have the original rules, which you can see here. We'll be playing the original rules, which are a little bit different than the special rules and the offensive rules. I will be referring to these quite frequently as we go through the turns and kind of learn the game. I did play yesterday just one turn to get kind of the feel of what's going on, and I had a question about which ARVN units got deployed. I'm going to move them here. And we have ARVN units in 3-4. Well, I have two ARVN units that are 2-2-1. And someone pointed out in the board game, I do believe it's Board Game Geek, that those are the Ranger units and aren't to be used. So, let's get a lay of the land here. We have, these are regions, and within the region we have 4 areas. So we got Way, the Highlands, Chuching, Saigon, and the Mekong Delta. On the game board we have one VC counter in each of the 5 regions and one ARVN unit in each of the 5 regions. Over here we have 2 trail markers, and these trail, let me make sure I don't have that one upside down. No. 2 trail markers, one from Haiphong and one from Hanoi. Okay? And some of the items on the map are used for the special rules, so we're not going to worry about those. So, if you look at the sequence of play here, so we're going to roll for trail marker counters. Okay? So let's flip over to this page here. So we're going to roll 2d2 and place the trail marker for each in the 2 corresponding numbered trails. So if we got this one, don't place an additional. So that's the same number as rolled and both die, place only one counter. Okay, so got myself a new little tower because the other one was quite large and the one I used last week made a lot of noise. So we're going to roll that. Okay, so we have a 1 and a 6. Well, we already got somebody in 1, and we have a 6. So we're going to put, coming out of Cambodia, a trail marker. Okay, so now we can attack the trail markers. That should be next, attack trail markers. The areas of the Ho Chi Minh Trail are attacked with the objectives of removing the NVA trail counters. Hanoi and Haiphong can only be attacked by B-52s. The other trail markers can be attacked by either B-52s or the Green Beret markers, and I have all my markers over here. I got B-52s and Green Berets. And I also have, I won't be using that one, Napalm and Napalm. Oh, and failed to mention this. I failed to mention 2 things. I ordered some cube for me, and off their website. They're not a sponsor or anything like that. It's just that they have trays that can be used, and they actually have trays for other games that can be used that you buy as a set. So I just bought one of these. It's a deep one. I probably get away with a short one, but I'll just use the deep one. And it has a cover that goes on top of it. And the one thing I failed to do is like to welcome everybody in. I got a few views on the Queen of the Sky, B-17 Queen of the Skies, so hopefully we'll continue, because I like playing these because I've played computer games for years and like I mentioned last time, I think, I got back into board games just within the last 6 months. And I've spent way too much money on board games. Don't tell my wife. So I like the feel of actually moving the counters. And so we're playing solitaire games. Anyway, I digress. But thanks for joining me today. Okay, we place a B-52 on a trail marker being attacked. Advance the political marker by 2 on the record track. Roll a D6. On a roll of 1 to 4, remove the trail marker from the map. On a roll of 5 or 6, the trail unit counter remains in place. We can attack with green berets also. They only cost us, let's see, advance only by 1, as opposed to B-52s, which is 2. The big difference is you have to roll 1 or a 2 to remove the trail marker. A roll of 3 through 6 remains in place. So what we're going to do is come over here to my B-52s, and we'll use these. We have to designate these. So, well, first off, we're going to designate here, 52 going here, and let's see if we can get, I think it's Haiphong. Yeah, let's see if we can cut them off from Hanoi, which is here. I'll move that up so you can read Hanoi. Well, kind of. So, we move our record track, our political points, 2 for each one. 1, 2, 1, and 2. And when we get around to determining each turn whether the game is ended, we'll get more into the political points. Okay. So, now we're going to, the next item is raise, move U.S. and ARVN forces. It says there's a maximum number of each type of U.S. and ARVN forces that can be on the map at any one time. We can have 10 ARVNs, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can have 5 more of them. We can have 4 U.S. infantry, 2 air calves, 2 green berets, 2 napalms, and 2 B-52s. Okay? Okay, so we place the ARVN forces in an area or region that includes those occupied by the NVA or VC. There is no limit to the number of U.S. ARVN units in an area. And remember, this is a region in each area. So, for each new unit raised placed on the map to require a cost of political points as indicated. So, ARVN is 1, U.S. infantry is 2, and the air cav is 3. All right. So, I'm going, because of where the north is, oh, I'm sorry, I guess I didn't roll. I guess I should roll. All right, so this one is going to be for Cambodia, and this one is for Hanoi. We have to roll 1 through 4. So we roll, and oh, look at here. We got, I realize you probably can't see these dice very well. We got a 3 and a 4, which means these trail markers get removed. That one's gone, and this one's gone. And we'll just leave the 52s there for now. All right, now let's see. New and existing U.S. and ARVN units can be moved to any area in the same region during this phase. So we're going to be doing our moves. We don't have to roll dice for moves or anything like that. New and existing air calves can be moved to any area in any region in any phase. New and existing U.S. infantry can be moved in any area in a different region at the cost of advancing the political point marker by 1. So, now let's develop our strategy. I think we should see if we can clear the Mekong Delta, and we're going to move north. We got the Saigon here in the Mekong Delta. So let's get us some ARVN units. And we can have only, let's see, so we can have 10. So that's 1. What does it, how much it costs? Okay, that's 1 political point. So we don't want to get down to 14. Just let you know that. So that's 1. Okay, and 1 here. That's another 1. We won't add another one of those. So there is their that's their AM. That's their aircraft. I'm going to call it their aircraft because here's our aircraft, and we have a tank, which wasn't used all that often. So now, when we roll, we're rolling at a disadvantage. So let's see if we can drop US in here. And that would be here. And we're actually going to drop it here, move here, and move here with everyone. Okay, so now we've moved. So now we're going to do combat. Well, we don't have any napalm attacks. We do have ground combat, and ground combat is done simultaneously and only occurs in the areas that contain both NVA and VC and US ARVN units. So we're going to have combat here, combat here. To conduct ground combat, we roll a D6 for each unit involved in combat. A unit scores a hit if it rolls equal to or less than the combat strength on the counter for the terrain in the area. Okay? It says for each hit, remove a unit. If there is more than 1 unit for a side, we remove it via VC and ARVN before the U.S. infantry. Okay, it says for each ARVN unit eliminated, we're going to advance the PP marker by 1. For U.S. infantry or air cav, going to be 2. If there are no remaining units in the area or the units of one side only, then combat is over. If there are units of both sides remaining, you continue with the combat. Okay, or the U.S. can opt to retreat. So there we go. So now it's our example. Not worried about it. Okay. So let's take the red one. Take this out. And I got a little combat marker here. So we're going to take these down here so you can see them. And that's where the combat is from. So this is jungle, and the numbers go jungle, paddy, urban. Now you will notice that we have to roll a 1. So let's see, that's political point modifiers, cost, and don't have to add and remove. Let's see here, political advance, political cost. Okay, political event modifiers. Now this is for these. This is a -1 to the die roll, turn 3 to 6, nothing. So that's a modifier for political. And unless it's not used in this particular original rules as follows. So there we go. PP of 5 or less, -2. PP 6 or 7, -1. 8, no effect, and then we got 10, 11, +1, and 12 or 13 +2. So we have to be careful. We are in what do we have here? 70, yeah. We're in 8. So we have 8. So that would be no effect currently. So we're going to do combat. Let's roll for this ARVN and this VC. So we got to roll a 1. He can roll a 1 or a 2. So ARVN unit 5 misses. VC unit rolls a 2. That's a hit. That unit will be removed, and we have to advance the politicals. I forgot how far. Yeah, 1 box. That's what I thought. Okay, so we go from 8 to 9. Okay, we may have been a little over aggressive. So now this ARVN unit, combat and roll for the ARVN unit, 6. 6 I thought was always a hit. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's in B-17 Queen of Skies. Didn't roll a 1. He needs to roll a 2 or a 1. And he rolls a 3, so that unit is not eliminated. He's still here. And now we're going to go up against the U.S. unit. We have a 3, 3, and 4. So in the jungle we get a 3. So we just have to roll 1, 2, or a 3 to eliminate this unit. And we rolled a 4. So nothing. And he is going against the U.S. A 1 or a 2 eliminates this unit. A 5. So we didn't do that. We continue with combat until there are no units left. So we come back to here. So let's roll a 1. Come on, roll a 1. Roll me a 1. Yes! Sweet! Ask and thee shall receive. So he would be eliminated. He will attack him at a 2. High. Oh! Ouch! He rolled a 1 also. So that unit is eliminated, and I got to move this marker up 1. Damn. So the only unit left is the U.S., and we can take the combat out. And let me think. We're going to be up to 12 real fast here. All right, so let's do a little cleanup here and put the VC back over here. So now the next combat is in a rice paddy. So that's a different number. Rice paddy, you will notice the VC is a 1 and the ARVNs are a 2. So they have a better opportunity to kill this guy. So first ARVN unit, 1 or 2. He gets a 1. Sweet. Eliminates that unit. This unit against him. 3, and he fails. So this unit gets removed. And do I get extra points when I remove a unit? I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so. I was hoping that we would, but we don't. So, yeah. Nothing? Okay, so we take our combat, put that over here, and our 2 ARVN units are here in the rice paddy, and the VC gets removed. That is it for combat. Oh, yeah. And we can take the B-52s down now. We'll put them over here again. I got plenty, so let's just separate them. B-52s and range us. There we go. And odd units, we'll put this one here and a tank there. There we go. We start using up a few of them. So we are on to place NVA and VC units. Okay, there are 2 unit placements. There are 2 unit placements to complete during this phase: VC insurgents and NVA regulars. For VC, we're going to roll a single die to determine the region. If a 6 is rolled for a region, then there is no placement during this phase. If the region is rolled and contains no U.S. and ARVN unit, then roll again to select a different region. Oh, they want to go up. After selecting a region, roll a second die to determine the area within the region and place a single VC unit in there. All right, so we'll just do it this way. This will be our region, and this will be our area. Sorry, I forgot. So we go rolling for the VC. All right, we got a 4, which is here, and we put them in 1. And we do put them in 1 because we got 1 ARVN unit there. Okay. Okay, now the NVA. Each trail area corresponds to a region on the map. If there is a trail counter on a trail, roll a single die and place the NV unit in the area rolled for the corresponding region. For example, Trail marker for Hanoi corresponds to the way the player rolls a single die to get a 5. The NVA unit is placed in Area 5 of U region. Units are placed irrespective of whether the area contains existing units of another side or type. There are no limits to the number of NVA and VC units in an area. All right. So we got Haifeng, and I probably should have tried to take him out. Goes here. So we roll, all we got to do is roll 1 and find out where the NVA unit goes. It goes into 2. And here's area 2. So we go find us an NVA unit, which is, they're quite strong actually. So now we got the NVA unit. So we are done with that section. Now we do insurgency combat. I was a little confused on this, so we'll wait and see. NVA or VC units which are placed in areas containing enemy forces immediately engage in combat as described in the ground combat section. Okay. These guys immediately engage this ARVN unit, and so here, that's the combat. Actually, they're coming after me, so that's combat. And that's Rice Paddy. So if we look at Rice Paddy, I got a 2, 1, and 1. So we, again, with VCs, you got to roll a 1. So we'll roll for the ARVN first. We need to roll a 2. No, he misses. VC rolls, he's got to roll a 1. He misses. This VC unit rolls 6. He misses. So we keep going until it's over. Okay, so we got to roll 1 or 2. Yes! Rolls a 1 against this guy. This guy's got to roll a 1. Oh, he did! Oh, ouch! There, combat is done. This ARVN unit, oh shoot, I moved this. 1, 2, ouch. That hurts. Hurts a lot. Okay. And, okay, he was dead. Okay, so now the next one is here. Next combat is there. We have, they're attacking into an urban area. So we have a VC and an NVA. Urban areas, we got a 3, a 2, and a 1. All right, so let's go. Our ARVN unit rolls a 1. Yes, he's going to be eliminated. Excuse me. He rolls and gets a 2. So he's just flat out eliminated. Now, NVA gets his first roll, which is he has to roll 1 or 2. So whoever rolls 1 or 2 first, he misses. ARVN unit, 6, he misses. NVA unit, 4, he misses. Okay. I could retreat to the jungle. Leave that NVA, because I'm going to put some help up there next time. And even though it's an urban area, let's do that. So that will end the combat. I am retreating back to the jungle. And, oh, Thong Dung. Okay, so combat is over. Next phase is the NVA VC offensive. So we're going to roll a single die to determine the region. If the region contains an NVA or VC unit, then the offensive is launched in that region by the NVA and VC. So he has ones in 1, 2, or 3. We don't want to roll any of those. And so our rolls haven't been that great. What did we get? Oh, a 5. No units. So it is ignored. Let's see. If the region does not contain an NVA or VC, then there's no offensive in that turn. If a 6 is rolled, then the offensive is launched in all regions. Oh, we rolled a 5. That was close. VC units. Okay, that's good. Now, air cav redeployment. We can redeploy any air cav. We don't have air cav. So, now we end up at the end of turn 1. We are, excuse me, we are doing the scoring, victory check, and events roll. For each region that contains an NVA or VC, but does not contain any other units, that's here. For each region, but does not contain advance the PT by 2. Okay, 1 and 2. For each region that contains a U.S. ARVN players unit, but no NVA, we got 2 of those. We move the PP back by 1, so that's going to be moving it back by 2. So 1 and 2. If the region, let's see, if the region has no units, then we don't worry about it. If the PP score is 14 or more, the game is over. Well, we got real close. We're on 11. So game is not over. The U.S. and ARVN player makes a roll on the political events chart modified by any modifiers and determines the effect in the next game turn. Okay, so here's the events. We roll here, and let me see. That's the event modifiers. What does it say? The final PP score of the game turn will determine how the next turn is played. The U.S. player makes a roll on the political events chart, modified by any modifiers. Okay, modify. Okay. So we have turn 1 or 2, so it's a -1. Turn 3, 6, 11. Original rules. Okay. 5 or less, we have -2. PP is 6 or 7. That is -1. An 8 or a 9 is no effect. A 10 or 11 is +1. And a 12 or 13, so we're 11. So that's a +1 and a -2, so the die is a -1 on the die roll. And here's our political events. So we roll, we get a 5, -1 is 4. No B-52s or, or GB attacks. And that would be Green Beret attacks. So we can't attack any of that. So nothing. So now we go back, we move this to turn 2. So, at 14, we have 1, 2, 3. So if we lose some units, we're horrible. Let's see. Now he's in the rice paddy. So the rice paddy is a 1 for him, and jungle is a 1 and a 2. And up there, if he's going to attack, he's in an urban area. So let me see what we should do. These guys just kind of stay here. We're going to deploy 1 U.S. here. Too much talking, and it's making me want to cough a lot. Sorry. So we're going to move him there, and that's going to be a +2. So we got 1, 2. We're hoping to get some minuses here. So because these don't have anything, so we'll always get minus here with no units. Yeah, make sure. What was that? Is that no units? Is that 1 or 2? No just one, damn it. Okay, that's the only thing. I'm not going to attack here. I'm not going to attack here, even though urban would be a 3-2. But if I lose one, I end up on turn 14. Don't want to do that. This one is rice paddy, which is a 3 versus 1. So I'd have to get really unlucky. And that would be moved back 2, which would give me what is it? 15. Okay. So let me think. Well, we're going to attack. Okay. So we got combat here in the rice paddy. Got our 2 units. U.S. attacks. 1, 2, or 3. He rolls a 1. This unit will be eliminated. He's going to attack. Don't roll a 1. 2. He does not affect here. So I'm back up here. U.S. took him out in the rice paddy. And there we go. So that was the... Oh, I forgot to roll for the trail markers. Oops, sorry about that. I should really look at the sequence of play. I want to get to combat right away. So, let's see. Roll. Roll 2D. Place a counter marker in each of the ones. Okay. And we have a 3 and a 4. Okay. Counter marker here and here. Here and here. It's not looking good for this guy to be by himself. Okay, we attack the trail areas. We can attack with 52s or Green Beret, but we can't do that now because, I wouldn't do it anyway because we have to pay for it, and to carry that out, let's see, 2B50 each unit. However, trail marker can be attacked. All B-52 units should be allocated to trail areas and paid for before committing, regardless of whether it's earlier attacked. So, what do I do? That says other Hanoi. Oh, I got to pay for them to get in there. Okay, so we have an attack. We don't do either one of those. We can raise more U.S. units. Well, we already did that, so we're taken care of. And we already did the combat. We've already taken care of that, because that does not affect combat. Okay, so now we want to place more NVA and VC units. So the VC first, we're going to roll a single die for unit placement. VC gets placed in area 4. Son of a buck. The good news is, well, we got 2 ARVNs in there, and we are in a rice paddy, so we have a better option. Okay. It says if the region roll contains none of those, we would keep rolling. So upon selecting a region, roll a second die to determine the area within the region and place a single VC unit. All right, so we'll roll this one, see where he gets placed. He gets placed in 2. Well, that's where he gets placed. NVA, we roll for each one of these. So single die and gets a 5. Let's see, it's placed in area 5 of the huge region. The area will correspond to a region in the map shown in areas. If there is a trail counter on the trail, roll a single die and place a NVA unit. So we're going to be placing 3 NVA units for sure. 1, 2, and 3. Now, we're going to roll here to determine where he gets placed. 4 gets placed on top of this one. So we got 2 NVA units here. We're rolling for Laos. 1, which is here. So, here we go. There we go. All right, got him there. And now we're going to roll down here. 4, which is where we are. Okay, in a rice paddy. Okay, Then we have placed in areas containing enemy forces immediately engaged in combat as described in the ground combat section. So he was not placed in the area, so no combat for now, because I have to move. He was placed in the area, no combat now. He was placed in the area where the U.S. is, so we are in combat. All right, so the U.S. needs to roll 1, 2, or 3 because we are in a rice paddy. 4 misses. If he rolls, we're going to be a 1 or 2. No. 4. No. U.S. unit. 6. No. NVA unit. 3. No. 3. Yes. He's going to be eliminated. Now, let's not roll a 1 or 2. Come on, don't roll a 1 or 2. No, 5. All right. He is just eliminated. We go back to here. Move our combat, and we'll put him over there. All right. So, let's see how we're doing. Now we do the offense. Ugh. I hate the offense. Roll a single die to determine the region. If this region contains an NVA or VC unit, then the offense is launched in that region. So roll a single die to determine the region. If the region contains NVA or VC, the offensive starts. All right, 1 die. So let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I guess these guys were. Oh, my bad. 1, 2, and he did move into there. Okay, that's right. I forgot. Just about screwed that up. Okay. I have a tendency to rush. I don't know why. We're just going to take our time. So, here, it looks like we're in a rice paddy. So we have 2s and they have a 1. Arvn rolls. A 3, no-go. VC rolls. A 6, no-go. This Arvn rolls. 5, no-go. Okay, then I come back around. I'm going to do him. 4, then I do the VC. 5, do this Arvn unit. 3, no. And we go back to this guy. He's attacking. 5, no. VC rolls. A 2. He needed a 1. Sorry. Arvn rolls. 4. This Arvn rolls. Come on. 4. This VC rolls. Needs a 1. No. Man, we're going to just keep rolling here until we didn't roll a 6, by the way. So, or we haven't rolled yet. We haven't rolled for the offense yet. Okay. So, roll for this guy. 4. Roll for that guy. 3. Roll for this guy. 3. Let's go back to this one. 6. That one. I can't see it. 6. This one. No. This one. 4. Oh, man, it just about came up as a 1. This one. Yes. All right. This unit could be taking out that unit. So, he rolls. He will need a 1. He did not get a 1. This unit is gone. We did good in combat. Okay. Now we roll for the offensive. So the way we do that is we are to launch an offensive, move all the NV units from that area that are presently into a higher number area. If the unit is in area 6, move that. Let's see. Roll a single die to determine the region. If the region contains an NVA or VC, then the offensive is launched in that region. All right. So we don't want. We would like 3, 4, or 5 rolled. So he rolls a 5. Good. No offensive again. We're getting lucky with those no offensive. Okay. Air cav, don't have to redeploy. Okay. For each reason, now we're back to scoring. Because we don't have a redeployment air cav because we didn't buy any. For each region that contains an NVA or VC but does not contain any other unit, advance the PP marker by 2. All right. here and here. For each region that contains a unit, but no NVA, okay, but does not contain any other, advance the PB marker by 2. Okay, well, all those, is it a unit? Region. Yeah, not the area. For each region that contains a US unit, but no NVA or VC, we move back. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now, we don't have 14. Let's see. All right, now we have to take a look at our modifiers here. We are 10, which is a +1 to the die roll. It is what it is. 3, that becomes a 4, which again, no 52 strikes. Oh, crap. Turn 3. So we're going to roll for trail markers again. For some reason I have a trail markers roll. Okay, yeah. This is the only place to do a double roll. We have a 4 and a 5. Can't put one here. We can put one here because you can't double them up. So there's a trail marker. Boom, right there. All right, now we can attack them. We had nothing to attack them with because we got 4 again. Okay, we want to raise or move the forces. All right, so let me see. Nope, I'm going to leave him there. He's fine. He's got 2 EC units. If I move it to 2, that's 12. Does it cost me for the U.S.? Yeah, we're definitely rolling in the U.S. troops here. So, okay, we can put it in any area. So let's put him in area. Well, it doesn't really matter. Let's move him here. Rice paddy. Jungle, they have the advantage, so we're going to move the ARVN because we can move down to here. This guy's in jungle. We're going to move him over to the rice paddy because we do the moves at the same time. And we need 1, 2 for that U.S. unit. Okay, so we do combat. Ground attacks occur simultaneously. Okay, I can also move this guy. Let's see. No. It can be moved to any area. Oh, any area. Okay. All right. That would mean that I want to attack. So I have a... If I attack them when I'm in the jungle, they're a 2 and a 2, and I'm a 3 and a 1. So let's not do that. We just won't attack. Up there, we got a rice paddy, not attacking either, because he would get wiped out. If we go up here to urban area 2, 2, and we get a 3. No. No. Don't want to do that yet. Okay. Now, next thing we do is we're going to place the NVA, VC, roll 1 die to determine the region. If a 6 is rolled for that region, there is no placement during this phase. If the region roll contains no US or ARVN units, then roll again and select a different region. Upon selecting a region, roll a second die to determine the area. Okay. So, again, this guy will be the region, and that guy will be the area. All right, right up here. Okay. 1, what do I have to roll here? Determine the, well, let's see. If it is 6 is rolled, yeah, I got that. There would be no placement. which we got a 1. If the region rolled 4 contains no unit, roll again for a separate region. Okay, we got 1 and 5. So VC goes here. Yeah, they're building up for a offensive up there. Okay, this guy next. Gotta be able to bomb some of these guys. So, okay, same deal. 5 and a 5. Let's come down here. 5 and a 5 for VC. No. Is that right? If the region roll contains no. Okay. Placement. If the 6. Okay, that's right. I'm did it right. Goes here. Okay, so that was him. And we'll do these two. We'll do Laos first. No, he gets a 1-5. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. I put the wrong unit there. Oops. Whoopsie. All right. 1-5. Look at that. Look at that build-up. Holy crap. The good news is I direct the combat. They don't move. So I ain't moving. How's that sound? Okay, now I got 1 more to go. And we get region 3 and 4. Looks like they're building up a little bit up here too. Okay, well, I didn't end up hardly anything there. So if I get a U.S. unit, that's going to put me at 14, which I don't want. So I wish these guys could move someplace else, but they can't, because they can move anywheres in an area in the same region, to any area, any region in this phase. Okay, air cab would be 2. And he could help out. 1, 2. Oh, wait a minute. Is air cab 1, 2? I don't know if air cab. Let me look here. Air cab is 3. Oh, no. Not gonna happen. That's for darn sure. All right. So now we're going to raise forces. Where we are, we can't raise any forces. We got to move backwards the other way. So what we got right now is we got none of those. We're going to do combat. Only during this phase, you got napalm and then ground combat. Napalm. Any NVA can be attacked with napalm, as many attacks made per turn as desired. To attack the napalm with napalm, place the napalm counter on the being attacked. After the attack, remove the napalm counter from the game map for future use. Advance the PP1 on the record track. On a D6 roll of 1 to 4, the unit is eliminated. No napalm attacks may be conducted against urban areas. Well, I could do a napalm attack. 1 to 4. That's pretty good odds. And am I moving at 1 or 2? Only 1. Well, we can do that. Let's go here. This napalm, we want to, well, let's go to here. All right, so now we roll a 1 to 4. That unit's eliminated. 4! Yeah, doom, gone. Sweet, moving back. Now we do ground attacks. Let's think about this. Up there, I get slaughtered. These guys would be moving into jungle, which is a 3 and a 1. They got a 2 and a 2. I don't like that. So we're not going to do any ground attacks again. So now we get to do VC placement again. The region, and if the region contains no, it's got to contain that, and then we roll for the area. So, all right, same thing, region, area. 10. Holy crap. In 2. Wow. That's a hell of a force up there. Damn. I ain't even going to try. Okay. Trail area. So, again, we'll do 1. And single die gets 5. Okay, so here we go. Well, we're going to get a 6, 2. Okay, he goes into 2, 1, 2 right here. Okay. And this one. Damn, another 1, 5? Holy crap. Okay, well, they seem to be building up quite the force up there. Damn. Okay, this trail marker. 6. We don't have a 6. What does that do? No placement. Okay. If a 6 is rolled for, there's no placement. Yay! Now we take this one. Roll again. And we get 5 and 5. Okay, 5 and 5. Another NVA in there. Against my US unit. Alright. I'm just so far down there that if I don't move that way, it says available political points, ignore with original rules. Okay. All right. Okay. So now we do we have no insurgency because we didn't put any in the units. So now we roll single die for the region for the offensive. Here's the region. So higher number of areas. 6, 1, 2. Okay, that's only if it ends up. So, 6 is rolled, then offense is launched. Oh, don't roll a 6. All right, here we go. 3. So we go to area 3. Area 3. We move all of these units to attack here. Okay, that's the offensive down in the highlands. Well, they're coming this way, that's for sure. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. They are all attacking, so we'll roll them first. This NVA, here we go. Rice Paddy, which is a 2. So this NVA attacks a 2. He's going to be eliminating that unit. All right. This BC next rolls 3. He misses. US is going to attack. Well, if he rolls that, a 4, nothing. Okay, NVA rolls again. Oh, I do have to move 1. 4, he misses. BC 3 misses. US force against him or against that group. A 5 misses again. All right, NVA coming in. 5, no. BC coming in, no. US, give me a 3, yes. He gets eliminated. So at least they stop attacking. Constantly. Okay, so now NVA rolls a 3. I roll a... I don't know why that ARVN is sitting there. I don't know. Okay, now we need to roll a 3. No. NVA rolls 5. We roll 2. Eliminates this guy. Yes. So now we are back there in the rice paddy by ourselves. Now we do a scoring check because we have no air cav. Now let's see. For each region that contains a U.S. unit but no NVA, move the PP back 1 on the record track. Advance the PP marker by 2 on the record track for each region that contains an NVA or VC, but does not contain any other units. Well, got him there, so that's good. So this is 1, 2, 3, and not 4. 1, 2, and 3. Darn, I forgot about that one. 4. So let's go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Let me see. All right, that is it. So we're going to play one more turn. We'll see if we can get through it real fast. And what I'll do is because at the end of this video, I'll have a picture of this. I'll reset this back up. Next week, when we come back with the part 2, and it looks like it's going to take us 4 weeks probably. So, all right, first thing we do, we find out the trail markers. Okay, roll these 2 and double 6s. Nada. It says, for example, roll, okay, oh, wait a minute, I forgot to do this modifier, sorry. Let's go here. He moved back to a 10, which was a +1 on the die roll. So 1 + 4 again. Shit, no B-52 attacks. See, I'm rushing, don't want to rush. And I think we will, we'll do turn 4. Okay, so now what we do is we can roll 2 6s. And I'm trying to determine what happens if the same number is rolled on both die, place only one trail. Roll 2 d6 and place a trail marker on each of the 2 corresponding numbers. For example, yep, and yep. Okay, trail error. If there is, well, we got a 6. So to me, oh, we do have a 6. We have 2, which only gets 1. Okay, that's what it is. I forgot we had a 6. I was thinking 5. There is 6 trails. Okay, so we have nothing to attack trails again. They are just flooding our country with crap. Okay, we're going to raise 1 U.S. air cav. I raise an air cav. Air cav cost me 3, which is 1, 2, 3. And these are 2. No, can't. It does not talk about U.S. tanks at all in this. So this must be used in the advanced rules, because these are the original rules. There is a special rules, which is follow on. Plus there's some scenarios in here. We're just playing the campaign straight up. All right. So let's just go ahead and let's see. That would be 2 US is 2. Okay. 1, 2. Now this guy we can place here. Just want to build him up in the south. Not going to attack. Now we can do a napalm attack. It says any NVA VC unit can be attacked with napalm. As many attacks may be made per turn as desired. To attack with napalm, place the napalm marker on a unit. After the attack, remove the napalm pop from the game map for future use. Advance the PP by 1. Okay, that's why. Okay. Alright, let's see how lucky we get. Here, advance this by 1, and come on, buddy. Roll 1 to 4. 4, yes! 1 unit is gone. So now we'll remove that. That makes me be able to attack here. Next turn. No, right now, as a matter of fact. Alright, we're not going to attack here. Got nothing to attack here, nothing to attack here, nothing to attack here. Only combat is here. Alright, so what we're trying to do is eliminate keep those clear. So we have our 2 U.S. units are hitting the NVA hard. First U.S. unit, 1. Goodbye, NVA. He's got to roll a 2, because that's a rice paddy again. Oh, 1 U.S. unit is gone. That's 2. Damn. One thing I didn't need him to roll. I was all happy. But now goes back to Cha. But the good news is they're free right now. So let's see how that works out for later. All right, so now we're going to roll a single die to determine the placement in the region. Okay. So keep rolling until it gets to a unit, which sucks. Roll a 1. Come on. Roll a 1. 3. So he goes to 3. Roll a second die to determine the area. Okay, he's going to 3 and 3. All right, it's BC, 3 and 3 right here. I just got so poor here. Okay, now we do the trail units. All right, roll 2 die. Move 36, military, 1, 2. No, that's offensive guards here. We'll see. Okay, trail. Okay, he gets placed here in this region. Okay, 1 die. Okay, he gets to roll again. He gets a 2. And NBA is 1, 2 again. Look at this. Damn, look at that. Okay, next, this one. A 1. That's an NBA unit here. Okay, I can go on to the VC unit, I guess. This guy. 1. I didn't realize the NBA was always there. All right, and 5. 3 is here. So far we got no combat. And last down here, 1. So he's got an NBA here. Okay, so okay, placed in. Now we got insurgency combat. Nope, we don't have any of them in any of those units. No, we got the offensive. Roll single die, determine the region. Then offensive is located in that region. Launch the offense move. Okay. Roll a single die to determine the region. Okay, which region? They all got something in it now. So 1. Holy crap. Okay, all of these guys move instantly. Well, and it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? All right, and we're in a rice paddy. So let's come down here. If he can survive all this, I'd be freaking surprised. And all right. Let's see what it says. Launch offensive. If move ends up in the same area that the players are missing. Launch offensive in a region. Move all NBA units in that area they are presently in to a higher numbered area. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. All right. Shit. I may have to go back and take a look at this. I know this was here. This was here, because I know the VC were there, and then these guys are here and here. All right, so this says move these to the next higher one. So they're the ones going to attack. This guy is here, and this guy is here. I don't know how to mess that up. Okay, move the NVVC from the area they are presently in to the higher area. If the moved unit ends up in the same area as the player's unit, combat is performed. Okay, well, we already know that. So, here we go. So, we have our ARVN unit attacks. And we are in a rice paddy. So, that's a 2. Everybody's a 2. 5. Roll. 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 2. He's eliminated. Alright, that's a hit. See? And that's the ground combat is just brutal. I'm just double checking this. As simultaneously occurs to conduct ground, roll a d6 for each unit involved. A hit is scored if its roll equal to combat strike. Yeah. For each hit, remove a unit. If there's more than one unit, okay, do that. For each ARVN unit eliminated, place the PP marker 1 box. For each US, we would do 2. So he eliminates. Go crap. I think we're going to be over in turn 4. If there are no remaining units, area 1 side only, then combat is over. Has the option to retreat. Says if there are units both sides remaining, the player has the option to retreat to a higher number area from 3 and 4 to 5, provided the area is free of enemy units. There is no retreat possible from area 6. Okay. If the, let's see, what's it saying? Maybe messing up here. If there are units of both sides remaining, then the US ARVN player has the option to retreat. Because it says, over here, it says, combat is performed as described. And let's see, otherwise we do the same thing. In a rare case, there are 2 areas with that unit next to 2 areas would result in 2. What's that say? It says, yeah, the offensive, you move all the units to that, not just 1. It says they are presently in a higher number. Launch the offensive, move in a region, move all NVA VC units from the area they are presently in to the higher. Okay. If the move unit ends up in the same area as a player unit, combat is performed as. Otherwise, repeat move. Otherwise, repeat the move until all NVA same area as the US. Note that there is typically only 1 combat per region. In the rare cases, there are 2 areas with NVA units next to 2 areas with that. Units would result in 2 combat. If the region does not contain there's no offensive. If 6 is rolled, it's launched across all. Okay, so I did that right. Moved everybody. Combat was here. He did not eliminate anybody, so we got 3 units there. We got nobody up there. We got 3 here. We'll make sure I get a good picture of this. And this ARVN unit is dead. Alright, so we got a dead units. Alright, so let's see. Air cab, don't do that. Okay. Each region contains VC but does not contain any other. Advance the PP marker by 2. Well, I'm at the end. For each region that contains that but no VC, move it back 1. So, nope, and nope. Okay. A region with no units on either side. Okay. If the PP score is 14 or more, the game is over. If the game is, well, there you go. We're done. I thought so. My error was I tried to deploy too many and move down here, which got me stuck. So, but that is the end of the game. I made some errors, naturally. Read probably the rules too much and you got bored. But we learned something. We had a great game. So what else can you ask for? So we'll be back next week. Next week is probably... next week's going to be an unboxing. I got 3 to unbox. And so I'm going to do 1 per week. That gives me an opportunity to read the rules and bring it to the table. So that is it for today. So if you would like to leave a comment, please do so. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. And then if you subscribe, that would be wonderful. But if you don't do anything, I hope you enjoyed the video. So as always, I'm Captain Jake, wishing you fair winds and following seas. Until next time.